Hello.
Can I finish talking now?
If I can do some talking first, are
I'm
you okay
telling
with
you,
that?
we've listened to so many videos. What else can you say?
That's the point, is that I need you to answer some questions.
Okay, like what?
Like what?
Because first of all, I want to reiterate the whole statement that what you said about my mom dealing weed.
I said I'd try. Obviously, it's still her turn to talk. What she's gonna do, if I allow her to do what it is that she wants to do, is she's gonna talk a bunch of trash and expect me to listen. And when it's my turn, she's gonna hang up. I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm not. If they don't want me speaking out on Facebook, they should tell the truth. The least they could do is answer some questions. Hello?
Hanging up never solved any problem.
Yeah, well,
So ask
I
your
need it to be
question
my turn.
as long as you'll listen to me.
All right. That works. How much money did you guys expend in trying to help me?
I'm not exactly sure. I don't think that.
It was quite a bit, wasn't it?
Well, no, because you paid for your food. I mean, we bought a booster for our signal so that we could try to get the signal in a little better. Those aren't. That was only what, 350, something like that. But you bought your cigarettes because at that time you still had your own income.
Yeah,
You ate with
but
us.
I didn't get my income until after I left your place. All right, so
I'm pretty sure somehow maybe it was somebody had lent you or sent you some money.
So how many times? Actually, I had to ration what I had when I got there. How
We
many
tried to make
times?
sure that you had cigarettes. We did buy you cigarettes.
How
But
many
I didn't
times?
consider any of that like
How many times did we go to the hospital?
to the hospital. What was it? Once or twice? We went once, definitely, for that one appointment.
I think we went 3 times.
Was it 3 times?
Yeah. All right. So the first week I was there, when we were doing that hospital stuff, and you needed that
All the
information.
papers?
Yep. That was the first week that I was there, and
First week that you were there, I was nothing but on the phone trying to get files transferred for you.
trying to get what?
Files transferred from all the places to get them all consolidated to one place.
Except they didn't get consolidated to one place. All of that paperwork I still had. You put all of that into a
No, I'm
notebook
talking about the
folder.
ones that were from the hospitals and stuff. Remember, that's what you
No,
wanted me to do,
all of
was get
those
all the
papers,
hospital records.
all of those papers were in a folder that you sent with me when I left there. You didn't send any of those out.
Okay, right. I had the images put up. We scanned them on the PC and put them onto a flash so that you could take them to your appointments with you. And then they got scanned into that one
Where's the
person. I was
flash?
pretty sure he looked at those when we went there.
Where did
And
the
he
flash
listed all
go?
those files. Remember that?
Where
I
did the
can't
flash
remember
go?
his name.
Where did the flash drive go? Why didn't I get it?
You had the flash drive.
No, I have my flash drives.
And the flash drives that I gave you, that were full of your information.
I have my flash drives. If you're talking about all that stuff that we scanned, and by the way, thank you for showing me how to use the printer. No, not you. We, because I was there for almost an hour working on that. While I had other things that I had a very short amount of time to do, you came and interrupted me, told me that you didn't have time to do it and that I needed to do it. So then you showed me how to do it, and I spent about an hour, hour and a half doing that.
Correct. Sure, you spent an hour, hour and a half doing that when I spent days.
There wasn't days worth of stuff at that point.
An hour and a half is a great
There
job.
was not days worth of stuff. There, Amanda. I don't need a long-winded explanation. I just need an answer.
That was an explanation as an answer.
That was a very long-winded explanation for a simple question. Basically, you were trying to sidestep or bypass the question with a whole bunch of talking. That doesn't work for me, Amanda. Now, how much weed? How much weed?
Files and the flash drive.
I got a question.
The flash drives you got back after the appointment, you put into your pocket, and I'm not exactly sure what you did with them after that.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
All right. Now, how much weed were you guys trying to get me to smoke every day?
Whatever you needed.
Well, I didn't need any.
Your consumption was up to you, and you decided when you smoked.
That wasn't how it was. But if that's the way that you remember it, you didn't force it into my hand. Your mom told me repeatedly that she wasn't. The sugar, I definitely consume a lot of sugar. But remember, I'm the one asking the questions here. You'll get your turn. As far as all of the things that I was doing in the room there, how much time did you spend in that room with me every day?
When you needed me to come help you with something, and I would knock on your door if I was going to town and let you know I was going to town.
That's not the question. How many minutes per day do you think you spent helping me in that room?
As much as you needed it, very day to day.
On average.
I can't give you an average.
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
And then
maybe.
The room became really kind of smelly. Because you didn't want to shower. I don't know why.
I did shower. I showered every day that I was there.
You did not, Sean.
I absolutely did.
My children wouldn't have walked by your room and not.
See, that's the thing, Amanda, is that I showered every single day that I was there.
You did not, Sean.
I absolutely did.
We were both in the house daily, and you did not shower daily.
I did shower daily.
Please don't try to lie. You've told so many lies.
See, that's the thing, is that I'm not lying, Amanda.
Because I was here. You didn't.
I absolutely did. I showered every single day that I was there. Every single day. See, now instead of answering my questions, you're going at it. I don't have to lie to myself, Amanda. I was there.
Next question, please.
I was there. So that's the thing, is that you keep sidestepping it.
Sean, but you didn't shower every day. I was here.
I did shower every day that I was there.
Maybe, 5 times in the whole time you were here?
See, that's the thing, is that I did shower every single day. Every day.
No, you didn't, Sean.
I absolutely did.
There would have been evidence of a wet towel. There would have been evidence of your hair being wet.
Ma'am, there's evidence of me having the shower on.
And you smell clean.
There's evidence of me having the shower on. I didn't smell good because my clothes, I put my cigarette butts in my cigarette pack because I only smoke half one at a time, and then I put it in my pocket. And by the time I left there, you had let me know that my odor was offensive. So I washed my clothes, and I made sure, even though I didn't have very many clothes, that I washed my clothes every 3 days.
And then I washed them for you.
You
Sean.
did not wash
You're
my clothes for me.
Misconception of your stay here.
No,
really
see, that's the thing, Amanda, is that I washed my clothes. I washed my own clothes. What did I use to wash my clothes with?
Baking soda, vinegar, and essential oil, the same thing as we use. And I loaded it up in the washer.
Dawn dishwashing detergent. Dawn dishwashing detergent is what I washed my clothes with.
For you as I do for everybody else, and put it in and start it for you.
All right, see, there you go again. It's your turn to talk. You don't want to answer my questions. You just want to bullshit me. Long-winded sidestepping. It's not difficult. See, that's the reason she's trying to do all the talking. She knows she's being recorded just like everybody else. She gets to say what she wants to say, but she needs to answer my questions, and she needs to answer my questions. What she's trying to do is fill space with shit talking. Talking down to me, talking down on me. I need simple questions answered. She's pulling it like a politician. That's the problem with once people know they're being recorded, they're far less honest. Most of the people that I had conversations with and recorded without them knowing. I don't care if that's illegal. It gets the truth out. Now, Amanda wants to fill space, is what she wants to do. It's her turn to talk. I don't need a long-winded explanation. She's going out of her way not to answer my questions. Amanda spent probably an average of 5 minutes a day in that room with me. And that's only considering that one day she sat in there with me right before I left, matter of fact, for about 30 minutes. And a week before that, she had sat with me for about 30 minutes. As far as my marijuana consumption goes, I did smoke weed while I was up there. They were pretty insistent. Because it helped me to calm down. Marijuana does help me with the social anxiety. Like here in Wyoming, I'm stuck in public. Smoking a fat spliff would probably do me some good right now. But it's Wyoming, and it's illegal. Amanda doesn't want to answer questions. And she's definitely not going to answer them honestly because she knows she's being recorded. Just like my dad. Now, I didn't know how to record phone calls when Natalie died. And even now, I don't know how to use my phone to do that. I have to use one phone for calling and one phone for recording because I am technologically inept. Now, as far as making phone calls, yeah, Game of Thrones is not phone calls. It's Game of Thrones. However, Since she wanted to be a long-winded space filler, I hung up on her again. She wants to go out of her way not to answer the questions clearly and concisely. She wants to claim that she did things that she did not. Her mom is capable of wiping her own ass. She's capable of washing her own dishes. She's capable of doing a lot of things on her own. I know, I was there. She is quite limited, however. And for a lot of people just seeing her, they wouldn't know how limited she is in her abilities. Kind of like looking at me. Unless you see me stepping off of a curb and then you realize that I'm afraid of how bad it's going to hurt if I step too hard. We went to the hospital, I believe, 3 times. Amanda is going to try to answer the questions however it is that it'll make her look like the good guy. Yeah. Oh, there she is again. Yes, ma'am. Hello?
Okay, so you got out like 4 questions. Can I now say like 4 statements?
No. No matter what she says, I'm going to post this up in its entirety. Hello?
So then finish your questions so that I can get out my statements.
All right.
All right.
How many times did your mom harass me about buying Brad Dollinger's car?
I think we said something about it once, saying that that would be a car for you to be able to use
Once.
if you needed transport other than me. But you said that you wouldn't be able to do it because you had no money, and we're like, okay. And so we talked to somebody else about wanting to get it. And then she ended up buying it, so.
Yeah, that's not true. Your mom harassed me about that for almost a week straight. So,
No. Okay.
And that's my alarm. All right. So, when you said that you were going to help me, you did help me. You helped me to set up the YouTube so that I could actually make videos. Is that correct?
Yes, I also helped you scan multiple documents and try to get your papers all to one location at one hospital so that we could get you arranged set up here.
No, you didn't do that.
Then who did?
That didn't happen. That's the point.
It was working on happening, and then it was more important for you to be somewhere else, so you left, and we decided that was a good thing.
That is not the truth either. Your mom got a hold of me while I was on the bus out of there. I let you both know that I wanted to grab that evidence, and I wanted to take it all with me. You guys talked me into leaving it there, including my other computer and those notebooks that I never got back. That was your idea, not mine. Your mom got a hold of me while I was still on the bus when I had just left to treat me like shit and tell me that her and Jerry were not my friends anymore. That they're dead to me.
Bad choices, Sean.
Do what?
Because you were making bad choices.
I wasn't making bad choices. I was
what
having
you
a
were
crippling panic attack. And I was doing my best to do the things that I needed to do. I spent a lot of time in that room researching things that you didn't know how to do and your mom didn't know how to do, for you guys to say that I wasn't helping myself, that I wasn't making any effort. Well, excuse me, says I.
Like propellers, planes, fuel, that's not things we need. That's not anything to do with us. That's all to do with what you aspire and what you have planned. Games, that's not what we aspire. That's what you have planned.
See, that's the thing.
So
Is you keep Game of Thrones. How many hours a day did you watch Game of Thrones? How many hours?
I ended up watching that because
that's your downtime, and you're allowed to do that, are you not? How many hours were you in that room with me playing video games? Amanda, I'm asking questions. Amanda, stay on topic. Stay on topic.
Fireproof. Anyway.
It's okay for her to watch Game of Thrones for hours a day. It's not okay for me to play video games when I'm overwhelmed. It's obvious you prepared what it is that you wanted to say, and you're going to find a way to cram it in there no matter what. You're going to go out of your way to not answer the questions simply. Simply put, how many hours... One moment. How many hours did you watch Game of Thrones per day?
An episode a night. After the children went to bed, I'd get an episode in. Maybe 1.5 if I didn't fall asleep.
Very nice. All right. Now, how many hours a day did I play video games?
Oh, gosh, like 4 to 5. Sometimes you played all night long.
How would you know if you weren't in the room with me?
Of gaming.
How would you know if you weren't in the room with me?
Because you told me the next day what you were doing, which is why you were tired and weren't able to fill out the papers, but I needed you to fill out for the...
See, you already have pre-programmed excuses, Amanda. You have no idea how long I played video games while I was there. Most of the time, I couldn't play video games because I didn't have any video games that weren't online.
And I told you my internet sucked. And I tried the best I could to get you internet.
That's right, and I am thankful for that.
But Sean,
you need to stop. I'm busy asking questions here. Now, instead of going out of your way to be like that, just answer the questions simply. Instead of bullshitting me and telling me how many hours of video games that I played a day when you weren't there to see it, or how much effort I made when you weren't there to see it.
You just were lying to me?
Oh, there you go with that one again. How many hours...
You're the one who told me, so this is the information.
See, there you go making stuff up again. That's not the information that you had. Just like Candace Bondurant, you made an assumption and you ran with it. And you and your mother both tag-teamed me while... See, that's the thing.
Which is why you were so tired.
No, I was so tired because I was stressed out at night because I was having panic attacks about having no money. And I was worried about you and your mom doing what it is that you usually do. How many boxes of books did I move for your mom?
Son, yes, you have helped us move.
And how many times did I move those? And how many times did I move those?
We moved them twice.
And how much was I supposed to get paid for helping?
I don't remember the exact amount you were supposed to be paid.
$200 on the dot. And how much did I get paid?
Probably $200 on a guitar.
No, I got paid just the guitar. That's all I got paid for all of that.
Well, I'm going to have to tell you that I think my memory is better than yours since you're not remembering your last visit correctly.
I'm not remembering it how you want me to.
No, you're remembering a whole bunch of fabricated lies. You're right.
See, that's the whole point there, Amanda.
Can you finish asking your questions?
Well, I don't really feel like asking him any more questions because I already know that you're not going to tell the truth.
Oh, you want me to tell your fabricated stories that I've been listening to on
Oh, fabricated stories.
Okay, well, they're not true, and I don't appreciate.
Fair and equal treatment. Hello?
You're done asking your questions. Can I make my statement?
I'd actually like to get some clear answers instead of just bullshit and rhetoric.
I am giving you answers, sir. I've already told you that.
No, you're going out of your way to bullshit.
No,
Don't bullshit me,
I'm
Amanda.
not. I'm telling you what I remember and what happened.
See, that's the thing. I was there, Amanda. I remember what
I
happened.
was there as well.
You weren't
And
there in the
you're
room with
making
me.
up a whole bunch
You
of
made a bunch of
fabricated
assumptions
stories.
and a bunch of fabrications, you and your mother both, about that video game bullshit. There is no way that I was playing video games for 4 hours a night when your computer or your internet wouldn't allow me to play the video games that I
You weren't
had.
playing them. You were struggling to play them, and how you put it.
I couldn't play them. They would not play. There is a complete
What about the
difference.
ones you got downloaded? You were able to play those
I got
ones?
those
Remember, you told me about
downloaded.
it.
I
I'm
got
so
those.
excited.
I got those downloaded 2 days before I left, Amanda. What did I do the rest of the time I was there?
It wasn't 2 days before you left.
It was 2 days before I left.
I had to struggle
Because the
to
one
get
video
you
game,
to
the
do
one
anything
video game that I
paperwork-wise.
was able to get downloaded and start playing before I left was Samurai Total War or Shogun Total War. That was the one game that I got to play before I left there. And I got to play it for 2 days. And I didn't play it the full 2 days that I was there. I played it just a little bit. And just like with you, with your winding down time, you watch Game of Thrones. For me, those video games are my winding down time. The way that you and your mother went at me while I was at Tabby's.
I went to bed as I was getting ready to fall asleep myself. You're right. I should never take time for myself. The rest of the
See,
day
that's the thing, is that I needed to take time for myself. I'm not downing on you for taking time for yourself. I'm saying that the rules are different for you than they are for me. You're allowed to do that, but I'm a terrible person if I do that. You watch TV, I play video games.
It was because you were staying up late at night, and then the next day when I was going into
But I wasn't up late at night playing computer games. That's the point, Amanda, is that I wasn't up all night playing computer games.
I heard you slamming the microwave when you were getting something to drink, or doing this or that, going to the bathroom.
So slamming the microwave now. Slamming the microwave, is that the same thing as playing video games, Amanda? Is it?
Take a break, you're right. Sorry.
Now, how many hours were you in there with me to actually verify what it is that I was or was not doing?
Usually in the afternoon when I would find out if you wanted to come have something to eat, you were on the computer. So, and trying to either download one of the games or play a game. So I'd say at least probably because an hour before that. I don't know what.
There you go, filling space with bullshit again.
Or at least an hour a day in the afternoon.
Takes her 20 minutes to come up with a goddamn lie. So she just fills space with it. Pre-programmed bullshit. Amanda?
Hello?
Hello?
You can't get mad at me for trying to recall or recalling what happened.
But you're not recalling what happened. You're bullshitting.
I am. No, I'm not, Sean.
You absolutely are. That's the point, Amanda.
If I'm bullshitting, then unicorns are real. Okay?
Unicorns are real. Don't... Unicorns absolutely are real. Ask the Scots. You know what else is real? Leprechauns. Because the Irish say so. You know what else is real? None of that shit's fucking real. And she hung up on me. Oh, poor Amanda. So now that that's obviously over because she hung up, I'm going to take this time to say the wonderful things that they did for me. Even though they were sadly and badly mistaken. They provided me with a roof over my head. They helped me to get there. They spent money on a bus ticket to get me there on the 6th of January of last year. They should have talked to me and listened to me to understand. But, long-winded. Her turn to talk. See, instead of making her statements, she made sure that she tried to force it in there. You're damn right this is getting posted. Now, how much marijuana did I consume there? Well, part of the terms of me staying there was that I smoked their weed. Because it helps calm me down. Why did I need calm down? Fair and equal treatment. Hello.
Hello. I'm glad that you got hopefully most of your questions out. I just wanted to say the last thing.
I didn't actually.
I think.
Now I'm going to turn off the phone so she can't call me back. It's the shit they pulled. It's called fair and equal treatment. Don't bullshit me, it pisses me off. So while I was up there, they had 2 guys living on the property. And a couple other ones that kept coming over to help at their every beck and call. When they were setting up that receiver for the internet, it was $600 at the time. That's what they told me. And they told me that they were doing it anyway, and that there was no need to give them all that credit like they had done it all for me. Well, you know, it actually made me feel better to believe that they had done it all for me. But even if it was only $350, that's still a lot of help. But it didn't work. Now, right before I left, the reason that I know that it was 2 days before I left there is because she got her phone, and she said because that thing wasn't working, that she'd let me hook up to her internet on her phone to download the game. I let her know it's a pretty big fucking download, and she let me know that she had enough on her phone to handle it. Well, she was wrong about that. She ran out of minutes. Well, not minutes on her phone. Like, she was still able to use it to call people, but her internet didn't work because it all got used on downloading one video game. Because video games that I had on my computer wouldn't work. I got to play those before I left for Montana. And I got to play them a little bit while I was there. That's the thing, though. Her wind down time is okay. And I'd venture to say she probably spent close to 7 hours a day watching Game of Thrones. Well, not during the day. It was mostly at night. And she's right about it being at night. While the kids were up, we watched Moana. I'm so friggin' shiny! But the help that I needed was for people to show me how to do these things. For them to teach me how to do these things. Those things that Amanda did for me, or claimed to do for me, it turned out she didn't actually do any of those things. As far as the mail goes, all of that stuff that we, and I have to say we because she did help it. She's the one who printed that shit off because she knew how to do that. I didn't. I still don't know how. I also don't have access to a printer. As far as her and her mom ganging up on me repeatedly, I dealt with that. I dealt with it quite well. That's the problem with people knowing they're being recorded. That's my MO now. I record people because it's important to have it documented. But I also feel it's important to give people their due. And I gotta give them their due. They spent money on me. As far as the video games, that's something that helps me to relax, especially after listening to Lana talk about Dutch. I'm not asking difficult questions here. Most of them are pretty straightforward yes and no questions. But she doesn't want to answer those. She wants to stuff it with her own things. Now, luckily, the stuff she's trying to stuff at me is almost on the same lines. When I was at Ken and Leah's, I didn't shower very much. When I was at Shannon Alvarado's, I didn't shower very much. When I was at Lana's, I showered every day. I washed my clothes every 3 days. What stunk is my hoodie. Now, that hoodie is gonna stink no matter what. I'm still wearing it, matter of fact. It smells like cigarettes. And I did not bring my cigarettes out with me. All I got is those snipes in my ashtray. The thing is, they watch all of my videos because they're on my side. No. It's because they don't like what I'm saying. Instead of tag teaming up on me, like children, they should have tried to be adults and understood. It's my turn to talk. But the only way that I get to talk is if I don't let them. Oh, Sean, I answered 4 of your questions. No, you actually didn't. You gave me the same shit the politicians give. Bullshit. When I'm having a severe panic attack, there's a reason. I don't have them for no reason. When I was up at Lana and Amanda's, what I needed to be able to do was sit down with my Facebook, which my public pretender at the time was Amanda Balehash. She was supposed to get my Facebook made safe so that I could gather evidence off of it. But she wasn't willing to do that. So I had to keep my Facebook locked up while I was up there. I had to keep it completely shut down and not get onto it for fear of people destroying evidence. People claiming that I destroyed this and I destroyed that on Facebook. I didn't have to destroy anything. People were so busy complaining about everything that I said and typed. Lucky me, my computer is smarter than I am. It saved most of those videos. Most of the things that I was Facebook banned for, they're still on Facebook. They're archived. You know what that means, right? Once it's on the internet, it's on there. It's permanent. Somebody can shut it down and try to erase it, but there'll still be a copy of it somewhere. Like Switzerland and Denmark and Rhode Island. We have databases that save everything that anybody has ever typed on the internet. I watched a show about that on the Discovery Channel. Well, YouTube copy of the Discovery Channel. What Amanda and her mother did, they're not going to admit to. And the problem is, the phone that had that all on it is the one that I lost. The one I was trying to force the police to take a look at. The one that had Shelly on it. When I'm having a crippling panic attack, treating me like shit for doing things that you do isn't going to make things better. Now, albeit it's not exactly the same. I'm going to let you know what I did yesterday. I played video games almost the whole day. I made a new character on Star Trek Online. Because they have this new temporal thing where you can go back to the 23rd century. You're going back in time in the Star Trek Online world. And I have the original Enterprise. I got that years and years ago. So I can unlock that for every character. I wanted to make a character that I could use, and the original series is my favorite. So when I got the original Constitution, I was pretty excited. I had Star Trek Online years ago, 2013. There was stuff that when I got back on the Star Trek Online, it said that from 2013 I had stuff that was on the auction house. Yes, I spent at least 6 hours playing that game. You know what I'm doing today? Mostly being on the computer, gathering evidence. However, that's a pretty stressful person to be talking to. See, I had some specific questions to ask, and she was going out of her way to bypass them and eat up as much time as possible. It's a simple question. How long per day? So she wanted to claim that she was in there with me on the computer for at least an hour per day, watching me play video games. Except she only came to my room when I needed her help. I don't need her help with video games. I know how to play video games. I hate running out of cigarettes, because then I gotta make an aluminum foil pipe, and I gotta find... Oh my god, that's perfect. It's something round. No, it's not a shank. It's a light. But it'll work. And that way, I'll have a tobacco pipe. It's the biggest issue that I have with people knowing they're being recorded, is that they're far less honest. With the exception of me. Although I actually know a few exceptions. I know a few people that straight don't give a fuck. Me, I prefer having it recorded. The problem is that I needed to be able to record it while it was happening. Now, the things that I needed to ask her about were some pretty important questions that I never got to because she was being pretty long-winded. She also wouldn't answer them honestly. Now, I started leaving my hoodie outside at the very end of my stay there because I did legitimately stink. I did. However, the argument wasn't whether or not I stank. It was whether or not I took a shower. I took a shower literally every night, not during the day. But if I was feeling sick, water therapy. I'd go stand under the shower just to stand under the water, because it helps me. The problem was getting slashed at and gnashed at and bashed at by Lana. That thing with Bradley in his car. Well, they harassed me for a while about that. Amanda didn't harass me nearly as much as her mother. But the other thing is, while I was there, Amanda, I thought, was listening to me. They don't understand what crippling panic attacks are. Lana, the thing is that she claimed that she wasn't going to do, she did. And it was because I wouldn't have sex with her. But Amanda can't answer that question. Lana has to. However, Lana's not going to do that. She's going to have Amanda do it for her. Now, those two men who live on the property. I don't know if it's their property or if it's these two men's property that these men are living on. I'm pretty sure that the one who's living in the camper trailer is living on their property. The house next door, I think, might be their property, but I'm not for certain. Lana legitimately has a lot of physical issues. She also legitimately has a lot of allergies. However, she is not entirely incapable of doing anything. She's capable of doing a lot. Me, I'm capable of doing quite a bit with the right environment. But this isn't the right environment. With that paperwork that was supposed to be sent out to get all of my stuff centralized, The address for it to get sent to was their address in Gallatin Gateway. I probably spent about 6 hours a day, at least, trying to learn things that I didn't know how to do. And that wasn't every single day, not even close. There was times that I tried to mingle. But there's only so much you can hear about Dutch and his fucking earthquakes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. The problem is, the questions that I needed answered, she made it painfully obvious that she's not going to try. That's the problem with people when they know they're being recorded. Now, why is it these people can watch all of my videos they have that much time, do they? So they're watching my videos and they're, oh, I found a snipe. I don't have to smoke out of the aluminum pipe. Woohoo! An hour, maybe an hour and a half. She said she watched Game of Thrones. That sure would be nice, wouldn't it? To have security. To be safe in the fact that you don't really have to do anything and you still have a roof and an income. She exists as Lana's daughter, not as her caretaker. Now, don't get me wrong, Amanda does a lot for her mom. She really does. Lana's kind of a pushover, or a pushy person, and Miss Jerry's kind of a pushover. So's Amanda when it comes to her mom. She tried to rebel years ago. Wrote $10,000 worth of bad checks. And got away with it because she was going into the military. Cool. Meanwhile, I'm the one fighting for my rights. It's weird for me when I finally get to hang out with people to socialize and they're stuck in their phones the whole time. With Lana, that had to do with the Dutch feller. All this earthquake stuff. Her special interests are okay. Mine are not. It's kind of like Ken and Leah. I played a lot more video games at Ken and Leah's than I did over at Lana and Amanda's. That's because at Ken and Leah's I didn't have 10,000 other things to do. Meanwhile, I bounce back and forth. I work on the stuff that I need to until I get overwhelmed, and then I play video games until I'm overwhelmed. Does that make sense? I get overwhelmed by video games because so many people have gotten down on me for playing video games. And while I'm playing video games, I know that I should be utilizing that time to try to work on my case, but then I get completely overwhelmed and I have to take a break. I have to step away from it. I have to take a walk. I have to do something else. And the video games don't help like they used to. I play video games because I'm too gimpy to fix stuff. I'm too fucked up to go to work. Lana and Amanda were not physically abusive at all. Matter of fact, for the most part, Amanda was not abusive. But it's also the fact that I was in a subservient situation, stuck out in the country. Yes, I smoked marijuana in Montana. You want me to lie about that? I'm too lazy. I gotta remember too many details to be trying to remember a lie.